Just days before scheduled US-Iran nuclear talks, Israel launched a surprise bombing campaign against Iran's nuclear sites. It was a move that effectively derailed US-led diplomacy. Rather than condemning the attack, President Donald Trump welcomed it. He demanded unconditional surrender from Iran and days later authorized direct US military strikes on Iranian facilities at Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan. It marked a dramatic moment. A US president, once critical of America's foreign wars, now taking the country to war alongside Israel. But why? Why does every American president, regardless of party, ideology, or public opinion, back Israel so consistently? From Harry Truman in 1948 to Donald Trump and Joe Biden in the 21st century, US support for Israel has been steady, powerful, and deeply entrenched. The story begins long before Israel's statehood. As early as 1919, President Woodrow Wilson endorsed the idea of a Jewish homeland in Palestine, echoing Britain's Balfour Declaration. Congress backed the idea in 1922 and again in 1944. When Israel declared independence on May 14, 1948, the United States under President Truman recognized the new state just 11 minutes later. Initially, the relationship wasn't smooth. During the Suez Crisis in 1956, President Eisenhower forced Israel to withdraw from Egyptian territory. And in the early 1960s, President Kennedy expressed serious concern about Israel's secretive nuclear program, but the relationship would fundamentally change in 1967. That year, Israel's stunning victory in the Six-Day War against Egypt, Syria, and Jordan earned it American strategic admiration. At the time, the US was bogged down in Vietnam, while Israel defeated Soviet-aligned Arab forces within a week, without direct American support. From then on, Washington began to view Israel as a valuable Cold War asset, a stable, militarily capable ally in a volatile, oil-rich region. This perception deepened after the 1973 Yom Kippur War. Following a surprise Arab attack, US military resupply helped Israel regain lost ground. This solidified a pattern. When Israel faces military threats, US support follows, quickly and decisively. Israel became what JFK once called a special relationship. That special status translated into enormous material support. Since World War II, Israel has received more US foreign aid than any other country, over $158 billion in total. Today, it gets $3.8 billion annually in military assistance. Israel's Iron Dome missile defense system is co-developed with the US, with parts manufactured in American factories. But this isn't just about shared strategic interests. The alliance is reinforced by powerful domestic factors. American public opinion has long leaned pro-Israel. American Jews and evangelical Christians, two influential voting blocs, remain staunchly supportive. Evangelicals in particular see religious significance in the existence and security of Israel, making it a moral imperative for many Republican leaders. Then there's the role of political influence. The American Israel Public Affairs Committee, AIPAC, is one of the most powerful lobbying organizations in Washington. AIPAC hosts annual summits that draw thousands of attendees, including sitting presidents, senators, and Israeli prime ministers. It spends millions lobbying Congress and contributes heavily to political campaigns across both parties. Even when there are tensions, like President Obama's friction with Prime Minister Netanyahu over the Iran nuclear deal, policy fundamentals never change. Obama still vetoed UN resolutions critical of Israel and approved a $38 billion military aid package. Similarly, while President Biden has voiced concerns over Israeli policies, his administration continues military support and diplomatic protection. The Trump administration went even further, recognizing Jerusalem as Israel's capital, moving the U.S. embassy, and recognizing Israel's annexation of the Golan Heights. In essence, every president supports Israel not just because of shared values or defense cooperation, but because the alliance is backed by an ironclad network of strategic rationale, political pressure, economic ties, and voter influence. This cross-party consensus has turned US-Israel relations into one of the most enduring pillars of American foreign policy. The bond is strong not because it's unquestioned, but because it's institutionalized, woven deeply into America's strategic calculus and domestic political fabric.